Hey, what's up guys? It's Brian Dean from QuickSprout, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can take advantage of 3 SEO toolbars to make link prospecting and link building more effective. The first one I'll talk about is one of my favorites, which is the SEO toolbar from SEObook. And to install it, just go to this URL here, tools.seobook.com/SEO toolbar, or you can just Google SEO toolbar and it's the first result. Once you're here, install it like any other plugin. I'm using Firefox, and this particular toolbar is only compatible with Firefox. Click on the Download Now button, then click Allow, and it'll be installed, and you have to restart Firefox in order to use it. Now let me show you how to get the most from this toolbar. Well, let's say somehow you've never heard of QuickSprout before, and you just landed on this site. Now, how can you tell right off the bat how authoritative this site is? Well, with SEObook toolbar, it makes it actually quite easy because you can see the homepage page rank. You can see how many majestic pages are going to the root domain across the entire site, and you can see some Ahrefs domains that are linking to the site. So you get a lot of SEO information right off the bat, including some Open Site Explorer information here, and even information from Bleco, which is another search engine. So right across the top here, this is your main authority information. From here, from the PageRank bar all the way to Bleco, that's a good sense to see how authoritative is the site, how many links is it getting. And if you want to see how big the site is, you can click this little I button here, and it reveals a whole lot of information, including some outdated stuff like Yahoo, which doesn't actually give link information anymore. But you can see how many pages are indexed in Google, and I find that's very helpful when you first pop on a site to see how big it is. You just want to see, is it a new site, is it an older site, is it an authority site, is it a niche site? And just by clicking this button, you can see how many pages are indexed in Google. And then if you click on that link, it does the site operator, and it gives you all the results. And you can check them out if you want. And this is a great way to, see an entire site if it doesn't have a search field like QuickSprout does. Next, you may want to check if it's listed in any authoritative directories. I like to give a quick check. It checks if the site's in DMOZ, which is obviously very rare, the Yahoo directory, Best of the Web, and Business.com. So if you see a site that's listed in one or all these directories, it's usually a good sign. Not always, and obviously sites that aren't in these directories are sometimes really authoritative, but it's something to look at in terms of trust and seeing if the site's quality if you're not sure. The next button we'll talk about is archive.org, and this is great to see how old a site is. Okay, so if in my opinion one of the important ranking factors for a link is site age. So with archive.org you can see when's the last time and the first time that they indexed the site, which in this case was 2006. So in this case, QuickSprout is about 7 years old. So that's just something you can check pretty quickly using the toolbar. I usually don't look at this information. This is compete.com, which is a traffic estimation site, and SEMrush, which also tries to give some estimates of traffic. They're somewhat accurate, not super accurate, but there's something to take a peek at if you want to know how much traffic potential you'd get from a link. Finally, we'll look at this comp right here, which is just a bunch of different services like Alexa, Quantcast, traffic estimation services. And you can also quickly check the who is. So if you wanted to get in touch with this person and it didn't have a contact us page, you click on the who is button, and it would give you the who is information for this domain. In this case, it's Neil and Neil Patel. So that's someone you could reach out to if you wanted to get in touch with the person who ran that site, or if you were interested in building a blog network and you saw this site and you wanted to buy it, you could see how many registrars. In this case, only one person registered it because Neil is the only owner. But a lot of times domains get dropped over and over again, and this is a good way to check to make sure that hasn't happened before you invest in the domain. Finally, it has this cool feature that I like, which is view source and tab, which is good if you want to check the code of a site, if you want to see if a link is nofollow or do follow manually, although they have a button that I'll show you in a minute that does that. But if you wanted to check if the HTML is right, what kind of analytics they're running, things like that, you can get an inside look by clicking on this tab. When you click on this tab, it opens another tab in Firefox, and you can see the HTML of that page. So if I wanted to see if QuickSprout was running Kissmetrics, obviously it is. So you could just put in Kissmetrics or analytics, and you could see that it's running Google Analytics, which is a great analytics program. So this is just a way to get a peek inside what the site owner is running on their page. Finally, I'll show you one of my favorite features that no other toolbar has, which is a quick no-follow checker. And I found this is really handy. So if we were to look at this particular blog post that Neil just published, and we saw these links. Now sometimes sites like examiner.com make all of their outbound links no-follow. And you could click here and go to each link and see if it's no-follow. But it's much easier if you use this little button here, which highlights no-follow links in red. So obviously, the contextual links on QuickSprout are do follow. But if you scroll to the bottom, you can see that the links here are no follow, which are blog comments. So this is just an easy way to check for no follow and do follow links. And next, I'm going to show you how to use the Moz bar. Okay, now it's time to go over the Moz bar. To find the Moz bar, just Google Moz bar or SEO Moz toolbar, and this page will show up as the first result. Now, depending on your browser, you click on each one, add to Firefox, and it'll be added to your site. Now, I already have it installed, so I'm not going to do that here. Now, what's the difference between the SEObook toolbar and the Moz bar? Well, the major difference is that the Moz bar shows you their metrics instead of metrics from Ahrefs, Majestic, and from Google, the PageRank metrics. So, I'm not going to get into a debate about which one is better, but it's just different information that can help you make decisions about your link building. And on any page, it shows you the page authority, which is the page that you're on, and the domain authority. So if you were to find QuickSprout for the first time, and you wanted to know how authoritative a page was, you would want to look at this metric. So let's say, you're browsing around, and you saw this all-time hits, how to get more Instagram followers, okay? You can see it says a page authority of 64, which is very good. But let's say the domain authority was 10, all right? And you're going to get a link on a different page than this page. It may not be worthwhile reaching out because you're not going to get a lot of juice on the page that your link is on. But if you're going to get your link on this page, then page authority is more important. It also has some pretty nifty features similar to SEObook. It can highlight followed links in green, so you can see all the follow links here are now green, and it can highlight no follow links in red and keep them there. Very similar to the SEObook toolbar. So these are all no follow links. So this is a pretty cool feature. You can keep this on all the time. So if you're doing a lot of link building, you can set this to no highlight, if you don't want to, but I like to set it to green, so then you can see all the links that are followed to make sure that when you're going to make an effort to get a link, that it's actually do follow and it's going to pass value onto your site. Another great feature of the Moz bar, we'll turn this off, is the fact that they have a SERP overlay. And all that means is it shows you some information right within Google SERP. So if you're looking at freelance writing as a potential keyword or as a potential way to link prospect, you can see without even visiting the site whether or not the site is worth it. So if you're in this niche, obviously domain authority 58 is pretty good. Wikipedia, domain authority of 100, about.com, WikiHow, these are all sites that would obviously be worthwhile reaching out to and trying to get a link from. And the easiest way to do that is to have this SERP overlay on all the time. And if you want to get more information without visiting the site, you can click this link analysis button here. And what that does is it opens up the page that's showing up at that result inside of Open Site Explorer. So you can get more information. You can see how many link and root domains there are, the total links, and obviously some of the actual links pointing to that site. So that's all for the Moz bar. Okay, now it's time to teach you how to use the link building toolbar, which is a new toolbar that's pretty cool if you do a lot of link building. So first you have to go to linkbuildingtoolbar.com or just Google link building toolbar and you'll end up on this page. Now installing it is a little less straightforward than the other toolbars, so I'm going to walk you through it. So when you get to this page, you actually have to scroll to the bottom, and if you're interested, you click on this link here to get a free account. And once you click on this link, you'll see this registration area in WordPress, and you just have to enter all the information. Once you've done that, they'll email you your account information, just like when you register for any WordPress site. And once you're there, you'll see this My Account area. So you'll see My Account. To actually activate the toolbar, you need to manually add API information, which is very, very easy, so don't worry. So what you do is you copy this API username and API key somewhere. I prefer a text file. So you copy the API username, paste it, and then the API key, and paste it. Okay, and keep that handy. Now to actually activate the toolbar, click on this tab over here in Firefox. Click on the add-ons button. Find the link building toolbar. Click options. And you'll see the fields for API username and API key. Just enter those, click OK, and you're good to go. Now, your next step is to add a project. So when you're logged back in, you go back to your My Account area once that's done, and click on the My Projects tab here. And when you do that, you'll see this page. Now, when it says backlinko, that's what I named the project, and that's my username, but you can call the project whatever you want depending on what kind of links you're trying to build to what page. So you can put here, and just for fun, I put a URL that is on my site, but you can put whatever URL that you're trying to target. Now with a free account, you can only have one URL. If you pay, you can add more and more. But just to get a feel for the toolbar, you can get a free account and try to build links to one URL, either your home page or an internal page that you're trying to rank. Now that you have everything set up, it's time to use the toolbar. Again, let's say we just randomly landed on QuickSpout for the first time and we say, hey, this would be a great site to get a link from. Well, unlike the other toolbars which are up here, the link building toolbar is actually in the lower right hand corner of the screen, and it gives you different information. So the CF here is citation flow, which is Majestic SEO's metric for how authoritative a page is, and trust flow is the same. So if you were to go to the home page, these numbers would change. Okay, you see how they went up? Because obviously the home page is more authoritative than the page we're just on. Now, if you wanted to get a link from this site, you click on Edit URL Info, and it automatically puts the URL here, and you can put your name, who got the link, the anchor text. Now, if you didn't get a link yet, you want to put link status to no-go, which is someone who has rejected you, revisit, pending, or success. So let's say we sent out a guest post request to Neil. We put pending, and then click the type of site, blog, in this case, and click save and close. So now when you visit this site, it'll automatically tell you it's pending, so you don't reach out to the same person. So let's say a week later we forgot that we had reached out to Neil, and when we go back it says pending, so we don't look stupid and reach out to him again. Now if you do get the link, click again, Edit URL Info, and then you could put the link status success, click save and close, and now when you visit the site, you'll see that it's successful. So as you're browsing around or doing active link building, you can see where you've already gotten links, so you don't waste your time or look stupid reaching out to the same person more than once. So that's all the major toolbars that I use for link building, and I hope that video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.